Hello, everyone. We cut it down, the timer, because we are hungry for some Overwatch.
Let's do
Yes.
this.
Team status versus Grizzlies Esports.
Exactly.
How are you feeling this one, my friend?
I'm feeling pretty hyped right now because it's a matchup of Titans fighting for the second place. So we're losing a lot if we lose this. We're losing a good spot in the playoffs. And we're losing like kind of the notorious respect that everybody has for their team. So right now we're fighting for the second place. Which one is better? They already had a go against the other team, so they play against each other. Atlanta TS with fish like 1-1. So right now it's gonna be like the best of three of their fight rankings right now. So I'm pretty hyped. I've seen a lot of great plays from both teams. I watched their fights at the LAN FTS. So right now, I hope they're gonna put up a lot of strategies against the other team, like play nice rosters. So I hope we're gonna go in the match real quick and see what's up with this part.
All right, and I think we are just about ready to head into the game. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at our first map for the second game
Yep.
of this Wednesday evening.
Yes, Mister. So back again with the great plays on Numbani. We saw some pretty nice things on Numbani in the first matchup. We saw the offensive bastion.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. And also a great defense on Concordia's side. But the bastion on offense surprised a lot of people, I guess.
I mean, it is an effective tactic. If you're going to use the strategy that Status Dusk used, especially considering their sister teams, I suppose they talk to each other. Maybe they learn a thing or two from one another. So if Grizzlies was looking at that last game, I mean, why not? Why can you not observe this one and maybe tell yourself, hey, maybe Status is going to come up with something similar.
Exactly.
Now, last game, Croissant was doing a lot of work. That's why they got the first point on that very specific tactic with the Bastion play.
Exactly.
If Status comes up with something similar, either with a Tracer in the same capacity, or maybe with something a bit more concentrated, an Orisa play maybe, moving on the point very slowly, trying to take over the fights with constant fire.
Yeah.
We're going to see what's up with the game as we head into this one right now.
Let's do this.
Team Status versus Grizzlies and the rosters. For Team Status on the blue side, we have Ginioru, Dragneel, Pafu Pafu, It's Math Bro, Frostify, and Angel Kitten. And on the side of Grizzlies, we have Nico, Alien 42, Pink Flamingo, Dunks, Antle, and Jagsby. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen them before. They won last season. They are the reigning champions. The Grizzlies will try to prove that they are indeed the dominant team in the Season 3 of the Montreal Overwatch League against Team Status, challenging for the crown.
All right. So, Dragneel, a legend on the Pharah. So, I hope we're starting strong with the Pharah on team status. And on the side of Grizzly, we saw like in the chat they talk a lot, but will they back their talk? Let's see if they can get back their momentum from their start from the last season. They were pretty strong last season as Rivals Gaming. But right now as Grizzly, they're good, but they don't look like the best that they could that we are used to see. So maybe they inspired a lot of players to step up their game, but they also need to step up theirs. So right now on the side of Grizzlies, pretty nice picks of character picks. Pretty standard, I guess.
A very fast composition, maybe except the Zenyatta. They're going to go for 2 tanks instead of going for only one. Of course, Dunks is going for the Winston.
Of course.
Pink Flamingo with the Diva. Very standard composition on the side of the Grizzlies. They're going to try to flank as hard as they can, but hey, we have Frostify, on the side of Status to counter flank any incoming characters on the side of the Grizzlies. They're going to try to go on the main choke point. Maybe get inside a tiny bit, get some cover on that one. Ginioru waiting for the right moment to pounce on the side, on the players from the Grizzlies. They are on that point right now. Defensive capacity. Dunks is falling really low on that first one. Pafu is getting that pick, but Alien 42 in the meantime You got Frostify and Jax B. Not Jax B, sorry. Jax B is on the other side. The Grizzlies. Nico and Pink Flamingo are victims too. Team Status doing really well right now defensively. Very sound. Dragneel on the other side of that fight. Grizzlies can't really
We're
see
giving
coming.
free rank right now to Dragneel. We don't have any counter except Tracer, but pretty close combat, or the Diva, so that's actually pretty weird.
In free reign like this, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left for the Grizzlies to capture that point. I don't doubt their capacity to do it, but Team Status, they've been efficient in the past. Ooh, 2 kills for Alien 42, 3 kills. Add that one to the board. It's Matt Pro cannot survive that one. He's going incredibly far, and Angel Kitten's in danger right now. Woo. On the way out, finds
Dope
a way to
save.
get out of that building. Not a lot of life left on Alien, but he does recover. Nico still trying really hard. They got that point in the meantime. Nico, he has the Dragon Blade. He's gonna fall to Dragneel. They can't quite protect themselves from Dragneel's might. In the sky, he reigns supreme.
Alright.
He has access to the ultimate, so does Frostify. They defend effectively. They are in the backline right now. They're kind of fighting against Alien 42, trying to flank as hard as possible. Break that barrier, use that ultimate, but Dragneel does fall to Nico. Good defense here on the Grizzlies. They are protecting themselves quite well while carrying this payload. Nico trying to find a right target here. Dragneel may be his favorite pick. Very high in the air. Can't quite get him. Gonna try to backline and get the kill on that. No, he doesn't. The deflect allows him to fall back. In the meantime, Grizzlies is still trying to find their footing on that payload. They can't make it move forward. They need to kill a couple of the Team Status players in order to do anything. Oh boy, Dragneel getting those kills. Oppressive offense from Dragneel. Pink Flamingo and Nico do get their share of the cake. Dragneel is the only remaining player from Status on that payload, and he will fall. But he won't fall without giving the Grizzlies a bit of a gift. An explosive rocket, just like you like them. All right, and Toll gonna get back in the fight as he's on fire. Fell to Dragneel. We're gonna have to wait for him a tiny bit, but he's not too far behind. He's right there. That second payload didn't take too long to get for the Grizzlies. Alien 42 has the ultimate. He's looking for a target. Move forward on that payload. Reveal his position. Still trying. Can he get Frostify? No, he can't. The grenade stuns him just long enough for Alien 42 to get those bullets in his head. Frostify gets Nico too. Angel Kitten will revive Dragneel, and that defense is strong on Team Status. Get those shots in, my friend. Fire at will.
Yeah, this design is really nice. I really like the design that he made for McCree.
Year of the Dog.
Year of the Dog, my bro dog.
Lunar New Year.
Okay, ultimate sneaky peeky like.
Frostify trying something here. He does have the high noon. The bubble isn't sufficient. He's going to have 2 targets, 3 targets. Only 1 gets picked up. Jax B is the one to die on that hill, and sadly, he won't get anything else, but he does push them back. The Grizzlies are still maybe a bit too afraid of the consequences of their actions. Frostify dominates the playing field. That's a good amount of ultimate charge already back on Frostify at 33% just after using it. Very efficient with the shots. Dragneel.
We're looking for 5 ultimate on Grizzly's side. Dunks already uses, so
Okay, Alien
pretty
42
offensive.
gonna find Frostify with that one. Nico.
yeah, we're trying to make this the last push, so Grizzly are going all in.
Use that hitbox. It's long and it's really difficult to avoid. Okay, Flamingo has the ultimate. Probably give a lot of protection to the team. Just drop it on that payload.
Yeah.
Exactly what you need to do right now. Here we go. They have all the time in the world. And no! Angel Kitten protects the payload. Dragneil will fall. Only gets Entol from that rocket barrage. Angel Kitten will revive Ginioru. They need the defensive capabilities of the Monkey. They need Winston back into this fight more than they need Dragneil. But still, they can't possibly win this one if they can't get the eliminations. Frostify is the only one to get anything, and that's going to come in the way of Junks. Jaxby all the way into the back line to find the right targets. Dragneil is done, and so is this round. The Grizzlies get 3 points fairly fast against Team Status.
Yeah, pretty solid performance from the Grizzlies side, so wow, good job. We were talking a little bit like, yeah, they didn't play at their best. That was pretty good from the Grizzlies, and if you don't know Team Status is really solid, so that wasn't easy in any way to get those points that fast and with 1 minute 51 seconds left.
It did feel like a bit of a rocky road for the Grizzlies, but they did find the right Range Rover.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They seemed to be going very straight into that team fight, never really stopped, never did pick up the pace to an extreme degree, but they were consistent in their offense, found the right opportunities to win those team fights, and it never really felt like the payload wasn't moving.
Exactly, and I was, as I was saying at the beginning, I was like, they're not countering Dragneil. In fact, they just ignored Dragneil on the Pharah, and they still push the payload. They got picks there and there, but Dragneil didn't feel defensively relevant in that case. As I was watching, looking at the savannah.
Oh, beautiful!
Wow!
The birds.
Thank you.
The trees.
Just breaking my.
But I do know what you mean by that. I do feel like Dragneil being ignored by the Grizzlies is very. Oh, Nico left the game. We're gonna have a little pause before he comes back. Probably disconnected. He's gonna be back with us in a few seconds. But as we were saying, Dragneil being ignored by the Grizzlies is a very good decision on the part of the reigning champions. By choosing to ignore him, they focus on the right targets, and their positioning and defensive capabilities make them able to survive the onslaught of offense from the Pharah.
Yeah.
And once everyone else is gone, it's just very easy to pick that one off. Just look up in the sky. She's alone.
Boom. So yeah, in fact, it's like I was sure, can they contain Pharah? But the fact that they just ignore and denied her offensive abilities by their placement in the game, just say maybe Dragneil will need to switch, because if the other team is playing against Pharah and they know how to play against one, your character might be useless, but we might see Dragneil pop off on this Pharah in the next round. That's my guess.
I mean, it's a very different game when you are playing offense. It's going to have an effect here, and Dragneil is hovering over the Pharah. And Angel Kitten probably going to go with Mercy if they are looking forward to this strategy. The Grizzlies, though, they have a lot of characters that can take care of Pharah and neutralize as much as possible the damage from that character. They have Alien 42 to pick her off in the air. They have Pink Flamingo's Diva in order to challenge the rockets and negate the damage. And they have Jaxby to finish off the job, or maybe kickstart it. But a couple of good shots. The tracking pretty good. Entol gonna find the positioning. Dragneil still with the rockets. He's trying to get the damage in. Not finding too much. No full targets so far. That's Matrix going to be very useful. Alien 42 and Jaxby take care of that. Pharah, Pafu out of the fight. And they get it. Still contesting. Dragneil still in the air. Hasn't been finding too much right now. Frostify is the next target for the Grizzlies. Alien 42 not too worried about that damage. Still, Dragneil, he survives, but he doesn't have the impact that Team Status probably wants him to have. It's Matt Bro will pick up Dunks. That's a huge chunk of defense on the side of the Grizzlies. Gone for a couple of seconds. He'll come back pretty fast, though, as just a couple of leaps away. Nico still trying to defend. Whoa, that is a very low tracer. Efficient. They are capturing the point right now in the process, 1 tick away. Look at this, contesting still. Pink Flamingo gets Ginioru. And Pafu Pafu, nice. Jaxby and Entol fall to him. Very efficient play. The Rocket Barrage only going to find Pink Flamingo's mech. Frostify going to finish the job on that one. And Dragneel! We were talking about it, and now he's found his stride.
Winston Buddy just went so far away. I was like, does he have his ult? No, he's dead.
He did.
He dead, son.
All right. Dragneel getting comfy in this game. Putting on his PJs. Let me just take care of this game for you guys. Okay. The Grizzlies, they need to stop this offense as soon as possible. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. They do have time left on that timer, but they would much rather not have to go into another round of this. Frostify going a bit far, trying to deflect in order to protect himself. The Dragon Blade is still ready on him. Keeping himself high, trying to look at possible targets, maybe jump on. He's got one. See if he falls on that one. Dunks an Alien 42. Both take care of Pafu Pafu. Again, Pafu Pafu really not doing too well in those beginnings of fights. So Dragneel slept on. Hey, boy. Dunks is jumping on that one. Frostify picking up one with the charge and one with a Dragon Blade. Alien 42 is going to be out of that fight. Nico still disrupting the enemy team. Pafu Pafu's mech is gone once again. Going back on that one, contesting the point. They are moving forward with Nico trying to save his life as he is being targeted. Still trying to find the right target here. Not a lot of life left on him. Jaxby trying to heal him, but he's too far. Dragneel needs to be resurrected as he falls to Alien 42. Are doing quite well defending this point right now. That turn, good grenade to save his life. Jaxby.
Oh, Jaxby leaves with a kill. Nice grenade work. Oh.
You think he's a support? No. He's actually a DPS. He can dish it out. Nico getting 2 kills now, helping his team maintain this fantastic pace on defense. Team status is at a complete 0 point in speed. They do not move at all on this payload. Cannot find the right moment to get in, cannot find the right target. They seem to have a couple of things working their way, but every single time they get a tiny bit of advantage, Grizzlies just turn it on its head. Very good presence of mind from them. And Nico still disrupting this fight. He's heading back in. Pink Flamingo defending his territory. Pafu Pafu once again. Ooh, that ultimate. You don't want that. Want to get protected. He does get Jaxby. Doesn't have any time to protect himself behind a wall. Dragneel will pick up Alien 42. Ooh. The only trade they get in that fight is Matt Pro, but that's not enough. They finally have a fight in their pocket. Team status is going to move on to that second checkpoint. And they are going to threaten the tie here in this map.
2 nice offensive abilities will be displayed on Team Status' part. So we have the ultimate of Dragneel and the ultimate of Frostify. So against the ultimate of the Grizzly that they might come, we might see a counter, but right now Team Status got a pretty nice economy. But Alien 42 might shut them out with his visor.
Okay, he's got the visor, gonna use it, gonna try to push them away as far as possible. Pafu Pafu again. He's always one of the first players to fall in team fights. Either he's not getting the protection necessary for him to last long, or he's simply getting picked off out of position.
Alright. So right now we still have a lot of ultimates on Team Status side, so the next attack probably will be key.
Alright, Frostify activates the Dragon Blade. Let's see if he can pick anything up. Entol is the first one to fall victim to it. Pafu Pafu picks up Alien 42 with the rockets. Frostify still fighting on that payload. That monkey's still healthy though. Still fighting on. Gonna try to get a bit of ultimate charge as they fall back onto their point. The deflect working very well. protecting himself, sorry. They are going to be behind on the timer, but they do seem to be well on their way to getting that third point. Ginioru, though, very low. They get healed back up. Dragnil's ultimate, that was a bit weird. Not exactly the angle he wanted, I suppose. Everyone's still up. This fight hasn't made a victim yet. Pafu Pafu's mech is gone, but Baby Diva still survives. Dragneel is the first one to officially fall in this one. That's going to be one big chunk of the fight gone. Angel Kitten does have the ultimate. Let's see, Nico, absolutely fantastic. It's Math Bro, will be a victim to Entel. The duel of Zenyatta's. 55 seconds left. They have one more fight to go.
5 ultimates probably in the next fight on Team Status side. We switch Dragneel to a Reaper. I think it's a great choice for the last fights and for all the choke point fights. But Grizzly also got a lot of ultimate on their side. They might have all their ultimate in the next fight.
Jazzy falling low really early in that fight. Still survives though. 71% ult. Will he be able to get the ultimate in that fight? Probably yes. Frostify has the Dragon Blade, still looking for the right moment to use it. Dragneel does pick up Nico. Very efficient here. The Reaper picked. Will it prove useful in this fight? So far it has. Frostify still trying to see the targets. Gone. Dunks is going to jump on that payload, going to try to stop it as soon as possible. They are going to enter overtime, so that's going to leave the Grizzlies with an opportunity to get 1 point. But still, the objective right now is that final point for this one. That overtime, really dangerous, and that fight is going to be won by the Grizzlies. Man, that was quick. We saw almost none of it.
I really didn't catch why Frostify didn't use his ultimate. He was flanking all the support. Does it like ultimate keep broke? Because he was alone with Zenyatta, he could have killed everyone.
Might have been waiting for a combo here, positioning-wise. That probably was the strategy they had in mind, but as the players were falling, it became very clear that Dragon Blade was the only thing they could have done to save this one. Good play of the game from Nico. The Grizzlies do get the first map.
Yep.
They hold strong, prevent Team Status from going to 3 points here. But that game did not feel like a robbery. It did not feel like an absolute steamroll. It did feel like a very good game of Overwatch on both sides. Team Status, they do have a couple of things to adjust. Maybe Dragneel's role on Pharah, not as efficient as they would have wanted it to be, but we're going to have him work on Lijiang Tower, and that's probably where he's going to shine.
Exactly, and Lijiang Tower is a pretty strong map for all the good Pharah players, so I guess right now, Dragneel need to just like put this game aside, so like nothing happened, and go back with his Pharah and be super strong with it. But if it doesn't work, unless you're able to go Super Saiyan, you really need to switch a character and get like maybe a better character in that context with the team. Because I think right now, the Grizzlies are ready for Dragneel's Pharah. And it shows a lot. The way they move, the way they place themselves, and the way they ignore the Pharah, I think they're ready for the Pharah. So right now, unless he goes Super Saiyan and nobody can can play against his Pharah, he might need to change for maybe like Junkrat or Genji, and to just stay relevant with his team. Frostify will be on the hit scan, like always.
And what we were saying earlier in the Grizzlies' approach to dealing with Dragneel's Pharah, how they ignored him for most of their run on offense for Numbani. It's easy to ignore a Pharah if you have the space to work with, if you have cover to get, if you can fall behind and just go back up, kill the right targets, and then focus on the Pharah, it's relatively easy to deal with. But I wouldn't be surprised if right here, right now, they would change their approach to a Pharah pick. Well, we're seeing right now Dragneel hover over the Reaper pick, but still, if he does decide to go for Pharah, I think the Grizzlies won't really hesitate to focus him down at the beginning of fights in a control point map like this. If they do go on the King of the Hill approach, they need to deal with the Pharah as quickly as possible. I think they can do that very easily.
But right now, that's great. They all have picked different characters except for the Divas and the Lucio. So it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. We're seeing two different meta, totally different.
Let's see if Status can morph into a different team and maybe surprise the Grizzlies with the picks that they have right now. Frostify really living up to his name well. Gonna go for May here, Angel Kitten. And protect the team with the Moira. Grizzlies, they do not have control of that point. They need to enter as soon as possible. Dunk's falling really low, and Pink Flamingo doesn't have the mech anymore. That point is all team Status. Doing really well. Ginioru with the Cleanse Strike, gonna take down Pink Flamingo finally.
Nice wall.
Shield on point for Ginioru. Doing really well, 15% and going, and that feels like a really good hold for Team Status. They are ready. Probably surprised the Grizzlies with the picks that they did get. But hey, if it's optimized, if you know how to play it, if you understand where you're going with the composition that you have, surprise your opponent away. Dunks falling on that point. Nice ultimate on the side of Ginioru. He will fall to Alien 42, but he did his job. Papu Papu going to pick up Dunks. Alien 42 falls immediately after. Dragneel going to carry this fight on his shoulders, or at least going to try to, as he falls to Jax B. Only picked up Entol on that one. Jax B still on the fight. Going to try to focus down on a couple of targets here at the same time, and he is going to die. It's Mathro picks up that one. Good presence on Team Status. They do not completely win the fight, but they still hold the point, 65%.
But the combo with the May ult and the Reaper ult is pretty dangerous. Both ult take all the point for themselves. So Team Status, if they can manage how to use the ult, they basically can win all the game, all the fights, just by taking their time with the ultimates.
See how Nico fears here with the Pharah. Matt Pro picks up Entol. Nice! Frostify picks up Jax B. Ginioru is out of that fight with the monkey being all red. Look at him go! Nico, not a lot of life left on him, and he's gonna fall. Team Status looking good right now.
Looking pretty good.
The overtime trickling away. Zenyatta, oh, he's being held back. Fantastic hold on Team Status side.
Nice
the ice wall.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of good made plays. The walls were on deck at the right time, trying to delay people to all the people that want to get on the point. So pretty nice pick. Like May, if you pick her, you really need to show up. You really need to prove everyone that this pick is useful. And right now, Frostify living up to his name, doing work with May right now.
Alright, Team Status looking good on control point. King of the Hill may be their saving grace here.
4, 3,
The Grizzlies seem to be a bit out of gas, but they do decide to change their composition. Maybe mirror the strategy that Status went with. Alien 42 going to go for the Junkrat, and efficiency on the side of Dunks. Immediately going to go for the Flame Strike to take down Angel Kitten. Probably helped quite a bit by Alien 42's grenades. Entol trying to take charge here. Nice offensive play, and I was just saying, look, they couldn't have made me lie more. The Grizzlies looking strong here.
Alien 42 with his ultimate already. Wow.
The way Junkrat charges that ultimate.
Yeah. Junkrat and Moira, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Have the Riptire, and they immediately take it down. Dragneel, good reflexes on this man. Coming in with the Kamehameha. The ultimate and coming in. Look at this! Dunks with the charge on Frostify. Angel Kitten and Dragneel do retaliate though. Try to find the fight here. Pink Flamingo gets stunned by the Earthshatter.
Wow.
Look at this fight. 35% and going for the Grizzlies. This is pretty even though.
Yeah, the fights are so explosive right now. I'm so glad that Mercy Watch is over. It's all about the explosion. The kill feed never stop.
Nice wall prevents Dunks from falling back and saving his life. And they are going to pick up that point. 50% exactly on the Grizzlies side. Still trying to take advantage here. Frostify. Go with a couple of ice shards straight in the face of Grizzlies. Nico falling really low. Frostify has the ultimate. He can hold for a long time. 20% in his pocket. This team can do well here. Try to take the advantage.
Look at the
Just
freeze.
like
Look at the
that.
freeze. Look at the freeze. Wow. We
The
need to
6-man freeze! The Riptire
Oh
completely
my God.
destroying the Grizzlies. A 5-man Riptire. That
oh
combo.
my God. Probably all people in the chat just broke their ears when I started screaming like a little boy that I am. That was great. Awesome.
What?
Destructive.
An incredible combo on the side of Status. 50% on Pafu Pafu Zarya just after using the grab surge. Look at this team. They are not remotely, sorry. They are almost all on fire. It's Mathro is practically the only one with Ginioru. Dragneil, man, the Grizzlies taking back that fight. They are not happy about the way it went down last time. They are taking over this one, 75% and counting. They are still contesting. Pafu Pafu really holding that point strong. Same for Frostify.
The
But,
Grizzlies
man.
didn't like that. They didn't like that. But they came back. They came back strong. So right now, pretty close fight between the teams. But Grizzly, they'll need to protect their wins if they're gonna stay ahead.
How about that? We were talking about seesaw games with Dusk versus Concordia. How about this one? All right, the Kamehameha trying to get that grab surge.
Wow.
Look at this man. A 3-man Riptire. Once again, the combo works.
The combo works.
The grab surge followed up by the Riptire. A deadly combo, and it's a true combo. Don't worry, you won't fall out of that one. Grizzlies struggling to get something going here. The defense is spotty at best. A challenge right now. Nico finding a couple of targets here.
All right, they got a lot of people. They need to get on point. Are they able to? Yes, they are.
The Grizzlies still taking over the fight. Once they lose, they just come back and take it away. Alien 42 will have to keep that Riptire in his pocket in order to probably win this next fight. Oops. You found a Ginioru. It's a wild one. Ooh! Beautiful grenade on its map,
Oh,
bro.
nice grab. Nice grab.
You want a combo? Oh, beautiful! Dragneil denying Alien 42 the satisfaction of an ultimate, but it doesn't matter as the Grizzlies take over that one, and they will tie up the rounds. Man,
Wow.
you were talking about explosive team fights, and I mean, the Riptire is an explosion, literally.
Literally. So I think we know what play of the game is gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the 5-kill Riptire.
Look, I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe
But right
not.
now, I think from both games, they're just like they're going ham and they reflect MOL. That's how team status. No, not team status.
Yeah, it was the reflect.
Yeah, the
on
Grizzly.
MOL.
Yeah, they reflect the MOL and they turn around that fight. Wow, that was huge.
Yeah, Nico got a kill off of that and then had the opportunity to use the charge, save his life, get back into the team fight, and win it all. They denied any movement from team status on that last one, and they probably aren't happy about that. Frostify will actually switch to Genji. If that's the Salt speaking, I don't know. Let's see if he can do it right now. Nico getting a good couple of shots in. Ooh, he's very low. That's a good... Man, okay. That's a good disruption here on Pafu Pafu. I think Flamingo is the one to be credited for that one, but honestly, Nico does just as much job on that as Flamingo. Okay, the Grizzlies do have the first capture of that point, 3% and going. Dragneel fighting off the onslaught of damage from the Grizzlies. He's in the air trying so hard. The bubble going to protect the team just a tiny bit, but not for long. Dragneel is going to take care of that one right away. Going to try a bit of movement, and Nico picks up Dragneel with a barrage as Alien 42 gets 2 kills with his own ultimate. And the Grizzlies, you were talking about it, they're not happy.
Nope.
Team kill.
Team kill for Grizzlies. We still have the point. 32 end building. Looking good for Grizzlies. The first round team status were pretty oppressive and dominant, but right now Grizzly looking good. I still feel like Dragneel Farah is not as dominate as big as normally in the matchup.
Alright, Nico winning that duel against Dragneel. Good on him. Oh, the damage coming in from the Grizzlies. That is insane. Look at that team kill once again.
And Dragneel alone chilling while his team just wiped.
Yeah. That fight, I mean, do we really have to say anything? The barrage is ready on Nico. That is an incredible performance. Honestly, the fact that Nico didn't even have his ultimate in that fight and still wiped clean like that, what is the next fight going to look like? Team Status had no opportunity to use any ult whatsoever. They will now protect that fight. It's Mathro using his ultimate. Give a bit of a shield to his team.
Woo!
Oh my
okay,
goodness.
Okay.
You know it, Dragneel! You can't revive anyone, Jax B. It's too late, you're dead! He's on the point, chasing for that diva. Gonna fall to his doom. Pink Flamingo knows exactly what needs to be done if he wants to win this game. Now the Status have the point. If they want to hold, they will have to be stellar, impeccable on defense.
Yep.
Grizzlies are hungry. They want to finish this fast. Pafu. Let's see what he can do here to defend his team. The Rockets gonna deny entry on that point. Still find a way to get in. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on that mech. You don't want to lose it right now, mister. The defense matrix gonna deny Nico his ultimate. He still gets the mech though. Again, not exactly the outcome he would have preferred. Pafu gonna have to roll around without a mech, and yes, he will fall to Alien 42. Dunks is taking care of the other Winston. That mirror match goes his way. Dragneel trying to defend it. Ooh, Frostify proving he can play Genji just as well as Nico. Where are you going, my friend? Deflect trying to save his life. Whoa, it is going to work out that health pack. Yeah, much needed a refresher here. He's going back in though. He's not finished. 42 trying to clean up the point. They are still controlling that status. So they are ticking upwards in percentage, 70% and still going. Grizzlies taking over that one.
Alright, so who's stalling? Alright.
Still contesting.
The Tracer stalling.
15-player kill streak.
Overtime, are they able? Yeah, with the Diva, they're going in. But will it be enough?
99% the overtime. Trying to disrupt here. Going back straight in. Oh, the miss on that. A very costly whiff. Team Status may just fight for that point once more. At overtime. It's lasting a little while. They can't afford to leave the point. The barrage is gonna very much clean up the point, and it's Matt Pro. It's gone. Still contesting though. What a fantastic hold from Team Status. They are still holding strong. They're trickling. Can they get it? The overtime. They're still contesting this point. Finally, they get it. The Grizzlies will win this one 2-0 after a tussle,
a big one.
an incredible fight from both sides. Team Status just so close to winning this last point. They tried to come back as hard as they could, and they really did have a strong showing against the Grizzlies. And of course, the Moira gets the play of the game. And of course, yes.
She was healing the team. She was healing the team.
Healing the team, dealing the damage, the
Damage.
Kamehameha.
Yeah.
It is the Onda Vital. You don't know that?
Wow.
Okay, never mind. The memes. If you know that, was
Wow.
Good.
Okay, movie. I got you. I got you. Yeah, that was great. That felt good. Big fights. Grizzly wins it. Pretty strong. Grizzly looking strong right now. Pretty strong. Team Status also looking strong, but I feel as much as I like the player, I like his gameplay. Dragneel didn't carry his team like he usually does. It felt like the Farah didn't do work. I think that the Grizzlies are just are really a strong team, but I think they're really at ease against Farahs. So maybe they were more prepared for that matchup. But right now, as much as I know that Team Status is super strong, Grizzly really looked stronger in those two matches right now.
That's probably the name of the game. I mean, we were discussing earlier with Dusk and Concordia how those two teams differed in strategy and play style. Maybe Dusk being the more mechanically sound team, and then Concordia being a bit more cohesive on the team side of things. On that one, both teams had the mechanics.
Yeah.
But one team seemed to have the upper hand when it came to strategy, cohesiveness, and actually putting into motion every single part of their plan.
Yeah.
Their game plan was very clear from the beginning, and the Grizzlies never let go. And it did make them lose a couple of points in a round in Lijiang Tower, but holding strong, holding true to that very specific strategy made them win the day.
And also, it's not like they got caught in all the big grabs and the Riptire ultimates. But maybe they just like, it felt good to watch. It felt impressive. But they get all cut. Maybe they just said like, all right, guys, we're dead. But because each time after those kills, they went back strong and get the point. So maybe just like, all right, guys, we cool. Just chill. We're getting the point back. So it felt pretty like one-sided from the Team Status point of view. Just like, oh yeah, that's a big kill. But it really didn't affect anything on the side of Grizzly when you watch it from a more objective point of view. They're just like, oh yeah, we lost, we wiped. And that's cool because we all wiped at the same time. And after that, they always went in and went hard and came back with those wins. On the first map, Team Status on Lijiang, on the first map of Lijiang Tower, Team Status just went all in on their adversaries. But in the second and the third map, we saw greater plays, but the greater plays didn't work out for them. So
I think it all comes down to that very specific moment when Nico deflected that Mei ultimate.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you don't deny entry on the point. You still have to fight. And you don't necessarily have the upper hand on those fights. We've seen it before all the way through the second round of Lijiang Tower. Team Status did seem like they were more comfortable fighting directly on the point.
Yep.
And then when Grizzlies did have the opportunity to fight outside of that, in the choke points, in the really difficult areas, more out of melee range, they seem to have the upper hand. If you don't deflect that Mei ultimate, you allow them to get on the point, and then you have to fight a fight that you do not want to take.
Yep.
And that might have gone the way of Status, and right now, we might still be commentating another map of Overwatch. And at that very specific moment, the momentum completely shifted.
Exactly.
And for that third round, it just went all the way for Grizzlies. Very, very big effort on the side of Status to come back into this one, but it just wasn't enough. The Grizzlies had the confidence every single time they went on that point. So that's going to be it for tonight. We have the scores for you. 2-1 for Concordia Esports tonight against Team Status Dusk, and on the side of Grizzlies versus Status, 2-0 for the Grizzlies. Now, for tomorrow, if we want to take a look at what we've got in store for you, we have Esports ETS Phoenix versus Vicious Phantom, and another fight of Titans with Mirage versus Psychopaths. Psychopaths still undefeated.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do we know if psychopaths are going to show up tomorrow?
We're gonna see. We're gonna look with our. I got a puss.
You gotta
I
gotta
thought-
approve.
Uh,
All right. So
but even though, let's show up tomorrow and see what's up.
absolutely.
I will be so happy to see Psychopath
Oh.
Gaming versus Mirage, because Mirage is on the rise right now. They got contained last week. Minish and Mirage got contained, but you feel that they're so solid. And Psychopath Gaming, they just won everything. So we need to see what's going to happen
Yeah.
with that matchup. I can't wait, because it's always like you fight for the throne, and let's see.
That's what you do. And obviously, Mirage just adding Minish to their lineup very recently.
Yeah.
And if you give them enough time to mesh together
Yeah, but
and come as one team
no.
at every single night, that's going to be
it's pretty scary.
one hell of a team to beat.
It's pretty scary. All the roster is pretty solid already, but with the addition of Minish and now with the cohesion with the player, yeah, Mirage is looking scary, pretty scary right now. But Psychopath Gaming always been looking scary in the. So it's gonna be a battle of monsters. We're talking about that was like a Titan fights, but tomorrow's gonna be like monsters on monster action. So
Absolutely.
can't wait to see that, and you'll be with my man Kujibo and Opium tomorrow for that cast in French. Loisson, never forget. So,
That's it for us tonight.
exactly.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Great games tonight. Maybe even better games tomorrow.
The Beaujeu will be there.
It only gets better from here as we go on our second day for 6th week tomorrow on the MTL Esports Twitch channel right here. Follow us on Twitch. Did I say Twitter channel? I don't know. Follow us on Twitch if you want the latest Overwatch action, and go check out our Facebook page for Montreal Overwatch if you want the latest news on what's going on in the schedule. Playoffs are coming, so get ready for that. Go follow MTL Esports also on Facebook. They have a ton of news to share with you for the contenders. Their spot is secured, and we are waiting for the contenders to start on March 11th. So keep yourself updated for that. In the meantime, we will see you tomorrow with the French cast. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great night.